봐. 그래서 공사 가르치고 전도 봐. 인구 같이 하자. 사님은 야우천 등인데. 봐. 인터산 랍도 고추 랍다 야우천 두비be. My name is Jutun Pema and I have been connected with this children's village since 1964. This children's village was started in 1960, initiated by His Holiness when he saw the plight of the Tibetan children who have come into exile. Many of the parents, when they came into India, they passed away, and so the children were collected from the road camps, and this is how the children's village was started.
The sponsorship program here is quite personal. Personal sponsorship means a great deal to an individual child, especially in the case of a child, if the child has no relatives around, if the child is orphan, and if the child has his parents and relatives in Tibet. He would like to have somebody more personal to whom he can refer to as his close friend, or as in some cases as his godmother. So when we have the first letter to the child, we explain what it means to be sponsored. Sponsorship means much more. It just doesn't mean financial assistance, it means more personal. And some sponsors specify to have a child of a certain age because they have reasons. Maybe they would like to have a brother for their daughter or something like that. And when the letters are exchanged, if a child is unable to write for himself, we have the secretaries who help with correspondence. But if a child is able to write a few words or a letter himself, it is very personal one. It's a very personal contact, I should say, where children feel that this is the person who is closest to me at this time. And often there are sponsors who wish to spend their holiday just to know the child more closely. And this is a time when both of them get to know each other. They go out for shopping or for picnic or for strolls. And the whole thing is quite personal to both the sponsor and the child. If a child receives a very big parcel, then we let the child know that some of it will be for him, but he will have to share with the other children who have really nothing. And we make a discretion what would be best suited, size-wise or whatever it may be, clothing-wise. And we keep aside the other things, and we give this lot to his house mother to say you can share it with the rest of the children. And we write back to the sponsor to explain what we have done. Because it often happens that one child gets, maybe in 2 months' time, he gets a package, and it's not fair when one gets so much and the others don't. So we just explain the situation in the house. And of course, if the clothing are not his size, it is quite natural for us to give it away to the children who will wear them.
They dream that it was. Jamin that he drew to the jail, we are just that they are the weapon. Mishi Kang Room, Kaya Runge, Jesu, Jube Yigi, Ka, Na, Ta, Na, Pa, Ma, Ra, La, Sa, Je, Juyu. That thing around to kind of area, that was that day, Lapeton, Lape, is Tialia. 딱 근데서 주고래 전달을 가서 주고래 자자 단데 저주 니 세스도가 돼 저주 니 페나 진주 주부디 굽라
Da
children are very important for the Tibetans because, as His Holiness has always emphasized, the children are the future citizens of Tibet, and therefore here in the children's village we are trying to give our children a modern education, but also an education which is deep-rooted in our own culture and religion, so that our Tibetan children can grow up in exile as true Tibetans. Because the aim of the Tibetans is to return back to Tibet one day, and as long as we are in exile, we would like to give the best education possible for our children, and also at the same time in the village to give them a home so that they can really grow up in an atmosphere which makes them really whole. We have the school here as well as the homes, and then in every home we have actually the homes were meant for between 25 to 30 children, but at the moment, because we have so many children coming from Tibet, the homes are very overcrowded. So we are trying to build another children's village if we can, so that we can give the maximum sort of attention to our children, because the children are also orphans and semi-orphans, and children coming from Tibet, they need a lot of love and attention. And when there are so many children in the homes, it's also very difficult for our house mothers or house parents to give them the individual attention which the children really need. So we are making every effort we can to look after them.
Do you know how far Carol has paid her sponsorship for Dharamsala?
I'm not sure. I think
in most cases, the first letter, the introductory letter, will have a picture of the sponsor. And when we send our cases for sponsorship, there is a little photograph of the child, a passport photograph, and there's a little description about the child. So the sponsor knows a little bit, only a little bit about the child. And as we exchange letters and the child begins to write for himself, then they know much more about the child and much more about the sponsor. 1993.
At Sevangeshla, I've been walking through your village, which I know quite well for the last years, and there seem to be a few problems. You could tell me about, first of all, the baby home. How is the situation there?
We have enough space for 18 babies, whereas we have 39. So that means the facility there is stretched to extreme limits. And that is one urgent area where we need to do something definitely, Marlis. Then same thing is the case with our dispensary and in all our homes. Marlis, if I may tell you, this problem is connected with the number of children that's coming out from Tibet. And this started beginning from 1980 onwards. And we are receiving them on a continuous basis.
So how often? I mean, you get children every week or every 2 weeks?
Or at times on a daily basis, I must say, yes. And now, particularly during the summer months, we get a little less, and they come in large number during the winter months.
And then there is another problem I've heard about, and I have also seen the dispensary seems to be quite difficult to be run with so many children right now.
In the dispensary, Marlis, as you had seen, the extreme overcrowding is the problem, and this is generally a major problem in the children's village today. In the dispensary, the 2 wards that we have are definitely not sufficient, especially when we have the rains coming, and our situation there will be worse.
I'm sure you have got other problems coming up, and I think we should discuss those also.
Ever since 1980 onwards, Marlis, as you know, we had a tremendous amount of children coming out of Tibet. And to date, we have 1,700 children who have arrived from Tibet. And this has caused tremendous amount of overcrowding in our children's village, in the school, in the homes. For instance, initially our homes were designed to accommodate 25 children. And today we have on an average 50 children in each. So at the moment, the total strength in the children is a little over 2,000, and this is way beyond the capacity of the children's village.
So, Tsewang Yeshila, what is the answer to all those problems?
Marlis, we need more sponsorships, definitely, with so many children under our care. And also the only solution to find a way for this overcrowding problem is to start a new children's village. And for this, of course, we definitely need financial assistance and all the support you can get for us, Marlis.
Yeah, that's the short version. Then get Cynthia, I think, because we have much difficulties to remember.
So how old are you?
Tinka, you can answer, Karen.
Yeah. How old are you? 11? 11.
She's 11. And yours?
This is Tenzin Pema, he is 5. And this is the sponsor girl of my daughter, and she's 4. And that's Seri. What's your name? Can you tell your name? Dolka.
Yes. So difficult for us.
Yes.
You want to
and pack your things to look what it says.
As the children are more used to our community, and especially when the children are young, we don't encourage the sponsors to invite the children over to Europe. Children are living here under our care with moderate comforts only. And once they get to see the other materialistic countries, we don't want children to feel that they are being deprived of, or they would like to have more than what they have. And therefore we do advise our sponsors to invite the child when the child is a school graduate. That is the best time, because before he takes on college studies or goes on for job training, then it is good for him to see another part of the world before he starts his further education. And therefore we have emphasized to our sponsors who wish to invite their godchildren to invite them when they are just old enough. And we normally say after class 12, that is the best time.
kamu chumbare so ta di tande chin shive nal ya thing chik zome di drink to sin ki gore and che ta ke da miyu di tanda de nge shya di de kyang lo tu so cha sha bi ne lo tu changa mang bo shiu jor ba so da changa mang bo di ge di ta yige din 토사 진짜 중이네 미게 배동도 로딩 당보 봐도기 우 티켓 사마로 딱하다
Được gì bà? Cả?
Chưa.
Chả này khởi này, chả này. Chả sao? Chả này. Chưa được gì. I believe the kindness or compassion is, as I mentioned earlier, is the universal religion. If we keep good heart, warm heart, then it automatically, you see, it opens our inner door. As a result, you see, we can communicate easily with other fellow human beings. Not only human beings, but also other sentient beings, and including the plants, you see, the trees, these things. So therefore, as a result, you see, at once, you see, we find more positive appearances and friends. So that very useful, you see, to reduce fear and doubt. The other hand, if we keep negative feeling here, such as hatred, then it automatically closes our inner door. As a result, you always find it difficult to communicate with other fellow human beings. So result, more fear, this self-doubt. And sometimes it brings depression. So therefore, the good heart, keep warm heart, is I believe is very, very important, very, very the precious thing. So that give us inner strength. That give us, hope. That give us, wisdom or awareness. Then regarding, the practice of warm heart, whether educated or uneducated, whether rich or poor, whether even believer or non-believer, so long we are human being, so long we have human feeling. So we have the potential to develop these things. And as a human being, it is very, very essential to keep these things. Religion, sometimes I feel the secondary. After all, religion comes later. When we born, I think we are out of any ideology, including religion. But we are not free from human affection. So therefore, human affection or human compassion is very, very important.